I've drawn a nice vertical line across my paper there, and I think it looks quite nice. So now I'm pouring a bit of this moist water across the top of my page there. In fact, I may as well bring that straight into here, I think, and get me seeing as well. If I paint quick, I'll be able to get the whole lot in one go. I'll have to paint quick to do it. Right, so I'll use, you know what, this bit of grey in that, I'm going to use cerulean blue. With a tiny bit of Payne's grey in it again, like I did yesterday. So yeah, that's nice. Tiny bit of Payne's grey in that. It's only dead pale, so that's that. Then we see is darker. Still use the same though, cerulean blue. Just across there like that. Dee, 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 dee. Don't worry if you go into them rocks a little bit. Let's take that off. Don't need that there. There we are, that's that, and then let's get some more cerulean blue on here. Especially on these bits here. Some more into there like that, that's it. Nice, nice, very nice. Oh, that's perfect. And then I'm going to tiny bit of this Payne's grey in. A bit more Payne's grey on this than cerulean. Just whop a bit of that in as well. Yeah, I think that'll dry pretty nice. Right, so that's that. Dipping some water. I ain't even bothered washing my brush. Dipping into a bit of yellow and blue, making me send a nice green. But this now is far away, so it's got to be watery. It's got to be a thin paint for it to look far away. In fact, there's a lot of comes in here. It's quite a dark colour, so I've put some Payne's grey and a bit of Bontumber in there. I'm just going to add more water in it, it's ever so faint. More water. Payne's grey, I think. It's right down here like this, down here, then it sort of comes back up there like that, and it's really, really faint like that. So, some more. Just colour it all in. Let's have a bit more green in there like that. Just put a tiny bit of, few bits of yellow in just in odd places. It's mostly this greyish colour. Down at the bottoms here, it's got a bit more colour in it, but not a great deal. Yeah, that's that. There's a bit of reflection there that's come through, but I'll just pop it in like that. So maybe there's a bit on my photo. There isn't no reflection there, but I popped a little bit in. Let me just get that. Yeah, it looks alright like that, doesn't it? So there's a tiny bit of reflection in mine. There's none in my photograph, but I'm not going to be a slave to the photo. I'm just going to paint what I think is going to look nice. Right, so let's give that a dry. I think that might be a bit too thin. Might have to go back in, add a bit. Yeah, I think I'll get some more thin paints and just add a bit. So I'm gonna do it straight onto dry paper this time, but with some really, really, really thin paints. I'm just gonna sort of do this sort of thing just to get a bit of texture in there. So I'll have that colour, then I'll have a bit of darker greens. Like And then I'll go into this sort of Payne's grey, burnt umber type colour with loads of water. Pop a bit of that in as well. That's it, and then some more water, and just sort of blend that across. That's it. Clean my brush all together because I don't want this bit here really. Just tidy that bit. Clean my brush all together as well again, and I'm just going to soften up some of these bits on top because I want them. I've already got the misty top bit, so I'll just soften up some of that. That's it. And this should dry pretty pale when I dry it, hopefully. I want it to. Right, so that's that. I'm going to try that, see how pale it goes. For me. My stepbrother, Doofus, who, if you've not been watching, he's got a job as a lollipop man. Well, not anymore, he's been sacked. Doofus has been doofing around, acting a prat, showing off. He took a lollipop sign in of his own, so he got the stop sign. Then he took his own sign in saying laughing at my coat. Well, they weren't very impressed with that. Thought he would take it mickey. And they just sick to death on him basically. So they've sacked him. Right, I'm going to smash the end of this brush up. See the state of that? And that's going to give me the effect. There. Let's get some yellow in on that. Some bright colours in there and all. There we are, just on that bit, and then it's sort of, there's a bit down here, another little bit there, and then it sort of just goes really, really dark. Darker than that. It goes black. So I'm going to come into Burnt Umber and Ultramarine and mix the two. And then a bit of Payne's grey because that's nowhere near black enough. Some more ultramarine. More ultramarine. Not ultramarine, sorry. Cerulean blue it is. Ultramarine would have done it better, but because I've used cerulean blue in my sky, I don't really want to alter my blue. I'll go into some Burnt Umber now. Ultramarine and Burnt Umber gives you a brilliant dark colour. Take that through to there and down here a little bit. There, then it sort of just goes into rocks and stuff. So I'm going to do that right up to there. That's about right. And then some Burnt Umber, Payne's grey, just come down here, some cerulean blue, a bit more of the blue, across there like that, into there, across into there. I ain't got to be dead accurate. Some more Payne's grey in, definitely some Burnt Umber. Quite a wet paint this really, but I am going to need it a bit dry in a bit because I'm going to scrape some rocks in. What I might even do is let it settle a bit before I scrape the rocks in. Right. Yeah. I'm just going to take that up a minute, and I've got to remember to bring it back down because I keep forgetting. Right, let me squeeze that out. I might. Same again, for some reason there's no reflections in this, but I think I might pull a few in because I just think it'll look better. So if I just do that, there, like that, then totally clean my brush again. So I've just got water on my brush, just pull a few more in there like that. So it's pulling a bit more colour out, a bit like that. And that should just register. There's a couple of nice reflections there. Something like that. That's it. When that's dried a bit more, I'll go in and put some lovely rocks in. Right. Yeah, so Doofus has been sacked. What I tell you what he's done, the main thing he's got sacked for, he's got his lollipop. When he stopped the cars, he's been trying to get some extra money by washing window screens. Well, there were no way they were putting up with that. I suppose that's sort of moonlighting. So he was washing the window screens of the cars, and that's his main reason he's had the sack. They didn't want the window screens washing, so quite a few people's complained, and that's it. He were already on his final written warning. They've just said, look, you're supposed to be concentrating on looking after the kids, not making extra money washing window screens. So they're at the final tether with him anyway, so that's it, he's gone now, they've sacked him. To be honest, I don't like to say it, but he has bought it on himself, really. Right, let's get some little rocks and stuff in here. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. I could even pop in a few little bits. Got some branches and stuff in there. There's none in my photo, but I don't see why. That don't mean I can't hang on. Just a few little bits in there like that. That's alright, doesn't it? I might put some low lights in here in a minute, and I might add some more darker up into here. I could even build that up a bit more still. Let's try the whole thing and see what it looks like. Nice, right, I'm going to get a smaller brush now, and I'm just going to pop in just a few bits and bobs of details in here, just some stuff like that. Just going to build this up a little bit. Some bits in, we just want to move some bits as they are. Really, really fine colours. Plenty of water. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Some more of this cerulean blue in there. It's quite far back, so there'll be plenty of this blue in there. A bit more blue down bottom there, and then I think I'll leave that. Actually, I don't know, that's just adding. Well, there's a bit just in there, a tiny bit of green and all. Not much. That'll do for that. Let's just get that a little bit of extra texture. Now in here, I think I'll stick with this little brush. May as well. Just going to get this line here and just strengthen it up with this little brush. Well, right, now I think I'll stick with this little brush again. I was going to switch to my big brush for this bit, but I'll stick with it little. I'm just going to get some bits of land in here. Just a few bits of texture and stuff. Let's get some green in there and all. A bit of green. You can always look nice. There'd be some greens in there. There we are. And tidy it up a bit, just on these bits up here. I still think I could do just a little bit of a tidy up job up there a little bit. Just on some of them bits. Just to soften them a bit. They're a bit. So I've got my specialist spike brush there. Just soften some of them colours in a bit. There, that'll do me. That's that. And then there's a little brush, this little brush again. Pop a bit of detail in here. Oh, I've been for my job interview for the shelf stacking. What? I'm not really wanting to be a shelf stacker, but my mum says I've got to stop daydreaming about being a surfboard instructor and be a bit more realistic, so she's forced me to go for a job shelf stacking. So that's basically what I've done, but the interview didn't go very well. Basically what happened, the bloke recognised me in the interview. He said I was one of the Pratt brothers. So motorbike went past. Yeah, he said I was one of the Pratt brothers, so I didn't get that job for being one of the Pratt brothers. So that was that. And so we've had to have a family meeting, and me and Doofus, we've been told that we're both an unemployable, irresponsible waste of space. But I think that's a bit unfair. I mean, I got told off for not being able to tie my shoelaces, but I've practiced it now, and I did get it a bit wrong. I tied them both together and tripped over. Then Doofus started laughing at me, so I'm not very happy about that he was laughing. It's not funny. We've both been practicing as surfboarding, not in sea because we can't get to the coast because neither of us can drive, but we've both been practicing as surfboarding with surfboards on his bed, so we're not just being daft, we're taking it serious. But we've both been told we have got to get jobs, not surfboarding. Doofus has come up with a good idea. Doofus says he might bring out his own crypto coin. Well, that'd be brilliant. You can make loads of money doing that. So maybe we not have to do some crappy job. We'll do his crypto coin. Sad. Right, let me stand back and have a look at this. Get it dry. Alright, just wondering, I might put a few water lines in there. Let me just have a look, see if it needs any. It's not looking bad. Oh, I forgot to bring it back down again, haven't I? I knew I'd do that. I had to put it up to get them rocks in. Right, I think I will pop a tiny little bit of a waterline in there. Tiny little bit. Probably in there. Paint coming out. Get some of this. Bit of designer's white gouache. That'll do the job. Pop in. In fact, shall I even use that great big brush? Why don't I use a tiny equal brush like that one? Might be better. And I can get in a bit better. Into there, look like that, into there. Oh, that's nice. Just getting that bit of waterline in there. That's nice. And then I suppose I can use my bigger brush just to come in, just get a few little ones. So if I want about there, and then I want in there about there. That one's quite far away. So smudge that one with my finger. That one's quite far away. It's nice, and then I'll have fat one there. Nice close one. Well, a few water lines, and I reckon job's a good one. That was me. So there we are. Straighten that up. That's a fairly easy one to do. So. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'll leave it. I was going to put a little boat in with a couple of fishermen on, but I think I'll leave it. It looks alright. Took up 22 minutes of your time already, so I'll leave it. Right. Have a go at that one if you want. If you don't. Thinking of motorbikes, they're too loud. Silly on beach, innit?